Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, coming at you guys with the long-awaited Madolche deck profile. If you guys have been fans of the channel for a while, you know this is actually my favorite archetype of all time. Worst case scenario, one of my favorites. I doubt I'm going to find a deck that I like as much as this. I've actually had these cards for over 10 years, and I'm actually kind of proud of that fact. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to explain what Madolche does. I'm going to have combos at the end. I'm going to tell you guys a bit about my choices and how it performs, as well as my experiences with the deck in 2023/2024, because I fought some of the top meta decks with this deck, and while obviously weren't able to beat them on a consistent basis, it did better than I would think it would. So if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Thinking of my YouTube channel members, check out the Discord and my sponsor in the description below. Like if you're buying anything on TCG Player, you can use my affiliate link to no additional cost to you. Help support the channel. You're looking for cool Yu-Gi-Oh merch, tap your cards, and you use code Saki. You help me, and you get 5% off. So it's a win-win here. So we're going to get right into this. I actually haven't played Madolche in a few years, so it was such a great experience coming back to this, since I actually want to play more in 2024, and this deck's helped me do this. Now, we got 3 Madolche here. It's normal summoned, you search. Thing you need to know about this that I've seen Madolche players not know, and I've actually seen them mess up on, is the search is not once per turn. It's just that it has to be normal summoned. And we have a card called Madolche Salon that helps us additional normal summon, and because you would never need to think that this is once per turn, that doesn't come up. So she just helped. She's actually really good, because if you open her up and you don't have a hand trap, what you search is Pudding Cess, and I'm actually going to show her right over here, and you're able to special summon her, and when she's specialed, you get to special Madolche from the deck, but you have to lower its level by 1, and your target is always going to be the Garnet. I've seen 1 or 2 deck profiles cut this card. I think those players don't know the deck really that well, and they don't want to commit to the deck ceiling. They want to just do something consistently, but this deck is not tier 1, so I don't know why you would go even less, but that's just my opinion. Now, you can special summon this if you have no monsters in grave. So if you search it with Madolche and you're going first, you special this, and then you will special this as a level 4. Now this, I'm going to quickly say, you're only playing this so the XYZ Chuckle mode has the additional effect, but you can special summon this to attack something, and then you get to pop a card. So it is relevant. Like if I have engrave and I feel like I need to get a pop, I'll have it in mind. Then we have Lone Fire here, which is Angeli. The card, it also just special summons can't be destroyed at battle until the end of your opponent's turn. So the Lone Fire is really good. You special summon the Pudding Cess. Really, really good overall. You always love to see Angeli. You really, really do. But getting Ash does hurt because it tributes for cost. So, like I said, Lone Fire. We played double Hoot Cake here. I have tried 3 and I've tried 2, and I'm going to say it's personal preference, but normally I don't want to see this in my hand. I want to be able to search it or special it off the combo. So I want at least 1 in the deck. And if I have 2, normally I don't miss the 3rd much, but I have played against Kashtira, and the Kashtira matchup's pretty bad. I mean, if they open up Shifter, it really sucks, but you can still do something with it. But if you get one of these banished, you have to be like, okay, well, I have 1 left. I have to be very, very careful here, because this card is goated. It's just you don't really need 3. And then Messenger Lotto here. This card, special summon, you control a beast. You are able to search a Madolche spell trap. That is not once per turn, by the way, so you could just keep special summoning them over and over again. Same thing with Hoot Cake. I would not play 3, especially because you want to special summon this. You do not want to open up this. At least having Hoot Cake in hand is one thing. If Messenger Lottow's in hand, you're like, well, great, what am I supposed to do with this? Because especially since it's only on special summon, it's not on normal summon. So if you draw into it and you have a beast in normal summon, you're like, you can't even get a Madolche spell trap. It has to be special here. So having a hand's useless. That's why you don't play 3. Now for the non-Madolche cards. Triple Fenrir here. We all know what Fenrir does. I actually think that this card should be hit, but you special summon it, you search the same card, because Fenrir can search itself. I absolutely hate that. And then it's another interrupt. And the deck needs this card as another interrupt. It does really, really help, but it also baits cards as well. So it helps you play through interrupts. That's the best part about Fenrir. Really, really nice card overall. When I started playing this deck, we got the ban list, and we got Pankratops at 2. I have not played with Pankratops, but I do plan on it. Now we have the Vern Engine, and I am going to speak about the Vern Engine as a Madolche player about something that's been bothering me. So, if you don't know what these cards do, they are basically one of the best cards to Ash besides Signet Mining. Basically, you discard this and an Earth Monster, and that's cost, so they Ash that, and you're able to search something. This one searches another Vern card, this one's going to allow you to draw, and this one's going to search you an Earth Fairy. This one's easily the best, because searching an Earth Fairy, you could search Angela, you could search Pudding Cess. Really, really nice. And then you special an Earth from the grave. So if you special in Pudding Cessor and you discard with this, it's really, really good. Now, my problem with the Vern cards is that if they get interrupted, not only do they hurt, but if you see 2 in hand, you don't want to see 2 in hand. You really, really don't. And there are hands where I've done Madolche combo and one of my cards was in hand was this. So I'm like, well, I guess if I draw something or whatever, I could have follow-up. But this card did nothing for me, and I've actually bricked with these cards before, where it's like, well, I just have a card with just Vernalescent cards that I didn't see a Madolche, I just see Vern cards, and it sucks. Or when I draw them, it's like, well, I have enough Madolche cards to beat this deck. I don't need to use this necessarily, like it's overkill, or it's, I guess if they have this many interrupts, it could have got me over. But that's kind of the problem. I am genuinely considering cutting it down to 5 Vernalescent cards and seeing how that is. And I really would play around with this because if you really don't need to see more than 1. You really, really don't. Then you also have Herald of Orange Light. Now this is what's really nice, is that since you're playing the Verns, I have considered playing 3, but right now I'm playing 2. It's basically such a good hand trap. It's a negate and destroy for a hand trap. The neg 1 doesn't really hurt you too much because either you know what you're stopping because you know the meta and you're like, well, that's worth it, and I have a Madolche card in my hand I can pop off. Or you've been loading, if you draw this and you've been loading with Madolches in your hand because of Chateau, all that, you're going to have a nice hand size with Madolche if you decide to play the grind game, unless you're not getting interrupted too much. Herald, you draw into Herald, you're like, wow, that's literally a free negate destroy. Next up, we have the Madolche spells. I play 2 Salon, 1 Chateau, 1 Ticket. Seeing Salon is actually quite nice in your hand because the additional normal summon is what Madolche needed, and I'm glad they made this in a card. Now, I'm going to explain what these cards do. So, Chateau is the field spell. You gain, every Madolche gains 500 attack and defense. Their stats are really good, so you're going to have like 19, 2K, 21. And instead of going back to the deck, they go to your hand. Honestly, it's a fantastic card. Some people chose not to play it. I think those players are bad. Ticket is great. Your Madolche goes to deck or hand. Basically, it activates its effect to be shuffled somewhere. You search a Madolche card, right? That's only once per turn. But if you control a fairy, which honestly, 8 out of 10 times you're probably going to, I should say 4/5, you special summon it instead. Really, really good card overall. And then you have the 2 Salon, which is the additional normal summon of a Madolche. And when a Madolche is shuffled back to the deck or hand, you get to set a Madolche spell or trap, which you're going to be, yes, you could set your Chateau to flip to get more effects or get stats, but you're mostly going to be doing the Promenade, which I'll explain Promenade very quickly here. Basically, this is your Omni Negate by shuffling, and guess what happens when you shuffle? You get additional effects in this deck, so you can get a search/special if you Omni Negate afterwards. You'll also be able to send another Madolche Spell Trap, including another copy, but it's once per turn. It also has the effect of it can attach to an XYZ, but that is so niche and rare that it doesn't really come up. Then for the last spells, we have Call By and Duster. I'm not going to explain these too much. Duster's nice. 3 Imperm here. I mean, it doesn't mess up because it's a little hard to play hand traps in Madolche because when you have a Pudding Cess in hand and then you have a hand trap, you have to kind of consider which, do you want to hold the hand trap so Pudding Cess could go off, or do you want to do the hand trap because you know this is a good moment, to interrupt when your opponent's going off. So I like playing Imperm because it's like the best of both worlds. And then I play 3 Evenly. I mean, if you lose Dice Roll and then they forget Evenly's a card and they think you're just siding because a lot of people don't main Evenly. I love maining Evenly. It's like one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh things right now currently. It's pretty good here, but sometimes it gets side. Like if I know I'm going first, okay, these are 3 cards I can side. Now we're going to get into the extra deck, and it's going to be very simple. So Tiramisu is one of the most broken rank 4s in the entire game. I got these ultis, by the way. I have to go into a tiny story. I got these ultis when I was like a kid. I've had these ultis for over half my life because Abyss Rising, I think, came out when I was 11 or 12. I'm like 25, and they were cheap back then. They were less than $10. It's such a gorgeous looking ulti. This card, basically, you detach, you shuffle 2 of your cards in graveyard into the deck, Madolche wise, but they can, again, go to hand, all that. And if you do, you shuffle back 2 of your opponent's card. It is non-targeting, by the way, non-targeting shuffle. So this deck is always going to be decent because it has this rank 4 that can clear, and it's a soft once per turn. So if you put 2 Tiramisus on board, guess what? You're shuffling back 4 cards. And if you have Ticket, oh, you're special summoning, it's fantastic. Chocolate a la Monde. So basically what this card does is it shuffles back a card from Madolche card from your grave, and that's a once per turn. And then afterwards you can detach and you special summon a Madolche monster from the deck. And it has to have the level 5 as a material in order to do that effect. So when you're activating this effect, do not detach that. Then you have Glasso Flay here. Honestly, this is just for the combo, but if you make it to protect itself, I mean, it's cute, I guess. I really won't bump this up. It's really just, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna call a spade here. This card is really just for the combo. Now you could shuffle back 2 cards from the graveyard into the deck, by the way, and that's any graveyard, and that's any 2 cards. So it's something, but doesn't really come up often. 2 Sistart, I mean, this is just a link. It points to something. It protects your Madolche spells and traps. And you can shuffle back to prevent its destruction. I mean, it's not the link we wanted at the time, but I mean, it does its job, I guess. Then we have 1 Asa right over here. I mean, it's an Earth deck, so I'm just playing it. I'll be honest, it does not come up. And then this is an access code. I was somehow playing this Radiant because I haven't touched this deck in a while. And I never made it. I replaced it with access code. I made access code like 1 time. Just play access code. And then you have Zeus, obvious, Exciton, Cowboy. So what I'm able to do here is I'm able to kind of put whatever I want on board. Like I can Cowboy and then go to Zeus and then still have the Exciton. This is just for time. I mean, time rules, Cowboy for game. And then for the last card, I have Levier. Now, I'm mostly playing this purely on nostalgia. You could make this pretty easily, honestly. And you special summon a level 4 banished. And everything's getting banished right now. So it has come up, actually. I actually do like this card, so I would play it. Then we have the side deck here. So, 3 nib. I mean, you nib at the right time. It feels good. What can I say? These are in different sleeves. They're in green. Don't ask why. I want to take this out to play another deck. So, Droll's just really good. In fact, I would even consider it being in the main. With how the format is, Droll's just so nice. 2 Lightning Storm. I mean, I have played second going Madolche, and I actually really like that way of playing Madolche. I think it depends on how the format is as well, but the deck can easily play first or second. I have actually sided these in and had the evenly gone second, and I remember I Lightning Stormed, he negated, and then I evenlyed. And then he didn't have the spell trap negate. And then I went Madolche combo, and it was great. Always nice to see it. You have the 2 Cyclone here. This is just to complement the Duster, so, you know, back row removal, essentially. Then we have the 2 Thrusts. It grabs so much, including in the side deck. 2 Talents here. I really don't need 3. And then we play the 1 Herald just for the Pearly. So I have an out to that deck. And I was like, well, I really don't need 3 Talents. I should play this to cover more. And it did come up, and I beat the Pearly player 2-0 twice. And now we're going to get right into the combos. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a fast and easy 1-card combo for the deck. This deck has a lot of combos, but I think this is the one I want to show you guys. You're going to normal summon Madolche right over here, and you're going to add your Petting Cestor. Now, if you have Petting Cestor already in hand, you could search something else, and this combo is still viable with this, and you'll see exactly how. So you're going to special, activate effect, and special summon the Pudding Cess. Now she is level 4 now instead of level 5 because she decreases the level by 1. You're going to overlay right over here for Glasso Flay. If you can get another Madolche card in the grave somehow, then you should do it right now so this has an extra material. But usually you can't. You're going to activate Glasso Flay and target yourself. Now detach Petting Cestor. This is very important. You want to detach this last, always. And you're going to see exactly why. And then you're going to rank up right here into Chocolate a la Monde. Now, Chocolate a la Monde has the effect where you can shuffle back a Madolche card from your deck, from your graveyard to your deck. And you're going to activate that effect. That is not a detaching. So we're going to shuffle Petting Cess back here. When I shuffle back, we're going to activate the effect of Chocolate Madolche. We're going to detach and we're going to special summon. We are going to special summon the Angeli right here. Angeli is probably one of the best cards in the deck. So you're going to tribute summon Angeli right here, and you're going to make a Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake is going to banish the Angeli to special summon your Messenger Lotto. I'm sorry if these are going off the screen a little bit. Trying my best here. Messenger Lotto effect, you get to add a Madolche spell trap because it was special. Now you're going, a lot of people would just search Salon here. You're going to search Chateau. I'm going to show you why. And then you are going to overlay both of these cards right over here into a Madolche Fresh Sister. Now I'm going to be really honest, it's better you special summon it here so it's pointing to 2. See, you could always make a mistake with these combo decks, can't you? So, when it's pointed to Madolche spell traps cannot be destroyed. Now you're going to activate Chateau here, and Chateau is going to shuffle back your monsters to the deck, and then you're going to activate Chocolate Almonds effect. You're going to detach to special, and guess what else is not a once per turn? Yeah, that's right, your Messenger Lotto. It really doesn't matter if you didn't special summon it here, because you can just special summon the Messenger Lotto. Then you're going to activate the effect, and you're going to search the Promenade right here. Promenade is really good, because what it does is you target card in the field, and it's an Omni Negate. And you bounce for its effect. So you will get additional effects based off, what Madolches have materials, all that, and you're going to be able to have a Hoot Cake play for your next turn. This combo gets a lot better, however, if you have a Madolche Salon, because Madolche Salon is going to allow you to not only normal summon again for more of a board, but when you shuffle back naturally, its effect is you can set a Madolche spell trap, and you can just set your Promenade very easily, meaning you can grab something like Ticket so you can start specialing. Let's say you have Ticket, guess what? That's an additional special, right? So you get more effects, which is good. You really, really want that. And then let's say you have the Vern cards. The Verns are going to special summon and either search you or even draw you. So let's say you get even interrupted, or let's say you can pop off. You could discard something and then just special and go off that way. And you have an extra body on the board as well. So you can say, overlay all that, especially because I've played builds in the past where there was a way with Vern where you could put an Abyss Dweller before you are locked into Madolches. That was one way to do it. And remember, you can have Herald of Orange Light, all that. The deck does know how to play through hand trap / cards now. And again, if you have Herald of Orange Light, that's another negate. We got the Imperm. You guys get the point. With that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you to all my YouTube channel members. I appreciate you guys more than you ever think I could.